It's kind of hard to tell what's going on. It's kind of a cold morning, but we have looks like a pretty good setup. We'll watch the swing regular speed. Not too bad. Let's take it back now and slow it down so we can see it a little better. Slow motion. And again, another one a little over the top. And that's happening right about there, where we tend to raise that right shoulder. The lever angle here is that right shoulder. When that right shoulder is on that line, our force is the wrong direction. We've got to keep that level shoulder more down towards our spine angle, more on that line there. Okay? I don't know how I did that. Okay, so we've got to get that right elbow down so that you can continue the swing on to the finish. Not a bad rotation, though. Let's watch the golfer in slow motion. This is a brand new golfer. Welcome to the game. Pretty decent takeaway. A little collapsing of the left wrist there. Too much up and down. So let's take a look at that and back that up a little bit. What we'll do. So we'll put a circle around his head. And we'll draw a line for his back. And then another line, we'll do it in red for the club shaft. Start the club back nice and easy. Stays on plane pretty nicely. Head's lifting up and out of the circle. Way up now. Now he squats down. And he's got this left wrist bent way too far. We want that left wrist straight. Diving down below and inside. He is returning the club square and on the plane. Now you just missed that by a little bit. When you're missing it like that, that's caused by the up and down movement. So let's work on keeping the spine a little more stable. Slow motion. Very rhythmical. That looked pretty good, didn't it? Let's just see, let's pick it apart a little bit because that's kind of fun to do. Let's take a look at the setup first. Setup's really nice. Got the spine going up here to 1 o'clock. Got the club shaft on a good line. Everything looks to be in order here. Let's watch this takeaway. Just a little too far to the inside. Notice how she's rotating her hands more. The club head should be out about in here somewhere, not behind her so far. And she gets up, get the elbow down very nicely at that position there. Flies it a little bit at the top, a la Jack Nicklaus. Tries to drive the elbow back down. Look at that. It's driving right back down, leading the swing. Good club lag there. Rotates through it, drops the club into the inside position. Keeps the club outside the hands through to the finish. Actually, with just a few minor flaws, it was still a great swing. Let's take a look at this golfer in slow motion. That was fast motion. Let's try it again. It's over the ball quite a long time. Some of the things you'll notice here is the right foot is splayed out a little bit. I like to see the right foot perpendicular to the target line. Then in his takeaway, you'll notice that the left knee collapses right about in here, and he falls right down on that left knee. It makes it really hard to get back forward. So that's the key issue that we're going to work on. Again, it's going back to see that collapsing motion right there, where he's going to have a really tough time rotating back to the target. So we're going to try to get him to keep those knees a little more flexed and stable and turn a little more level. Okay? Pretty good position here to start with. The right foot is pulled back a little bit, perhaps trying to hit a draw. My guess is it's just a misalignment. Let's watch the swing here. Club comes back on plane pretty nicely, then over the top. We got to figure out a way to get the move to not quite be so much over the top. Let me show you what that looks like. When we take a look at the swing plane, it goes to there, and then the club needs to stay below that on the way back, slightly below it. That's a little too far. And then go back below it on the way forward. Now you're going to watch right here, the hands are going to move that way. See that? That's what we call over the top. And that throws us well off the club line. Pulls way up out of the shot, loses his spine angle, and he's going to hit a slice. There goes the ball off to the right. So that's what we got to work on, keeping you swinging under the swing plane. Here we have another new golfer. Let's watch the swing. Pretty smooth. A little bit of lifting there. Now she's straight up and down, gets back down to the ball, turns through it. Great hand-eye coordination. Let's take a look at the setup. When she sets up with a pretty nice spine angle. And we want that spine angle to be maintained throughout the swing. So when she starts back, one of the things you'll notice is right away we start lifting up and pulling out of that spine angle so that the shoulders now are pivoting on a very flat line instead of on the line they were set up to pivot on. So she stands straight up and out of the shot, but with great hand-eye coordination is able to get back almost identically to the spot she was at setup and turns through it. Again, just a lot of practice and work on stabilizing the body. Here we see a very athletic golfer, a very strong golfer, who's actually a little too tight in his swing. Take a look at it in slow motion. See, kind of forced it through, muscled it through. What we're going to look for is we'll go back here to just past the impact zone. Back it up a little bit, right there. Instead of letting the arms be long and extend down the target line, she's pulling the arms in, not rotating into the shot. Both arms should be straight at this point and pointing straight down the club line. So she's moved, great move there. Look at that athleticism. Look at the flex in the shaft. But then she pulls up and out of the shot instead of rotating on through. Very tense in that position right there. No club release. Very athletic. Just a little technique issue.